Welcome back, folks. We are neck deep in Dragon Country.
We kept talking about this shit even during the break. That's how much this game is good.
Now, getting into the actual gameplay of this, probably one of the defining features of this game, aside from just, again, being able to build your own character from scratch and really customizing or her, even from the start, to be exactly as you want it, is also the character interactions. Now, BioWare would later go on to use this sort of thing in the Mass Effect series.
Well, don't forget, it also started with Baldur's Gate. That's when they had the same kind of campfire interaction and the character wheels, the various things you can
That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
BioWare did Baldur's Gate too.
Boo in Minsk.
Aha.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's not that this isn't a new thing, but if it's implemented well, unlike in Mass Effect, which time to alienate the other third of our crew, Mass Effect never really felt like it was that good about it, to me. You had the asshole, the sarcastic asshole, the evil asshole, or the neutral. Basically, Dragon Age 2. And here, on the other hand, there's so much more. There's get at least
nuance.
4 to 5. I mean, sometimes, and the only real thing that it affects is whether or not somebody's going to like you more or not. Which plays into the who are you going to ball effect.
Exactly. But again, there's more nuance with the character reactions and with the responses.
And their faces.
Yeah. And that nuance it really carries through. This is a game not just about choice, but about nuance.
Yes.
And I mean,
both subtle and blunt.
Yeah. And I mean, generally, I like to play the nice guy, even though once I actually get into a fight,
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full
when
of
I was playing my City Elf Malice Atreides, my gaming tag,
like idiots.
I
Get
always played like a super violent fucking City Elf. His mother, that was the other thing, the hints that your mom was a Grey Warden. And it's her weapons you get.
Yeah.
That's badass.
And again, you notice in that little scene right there how she treated the servants, which are elven, mind you. Seriously, unlike most other fantasy media out there that uses, the classic fantasy tropes involving various races like dwarves, elves, and such, the elves get the shit end of it in Dragon Age.
Yes, they do. Now, there's storyline reasons for it. But
I
don't really remember that. So.
There are storyline reasons for it, but still, they get the shit end of the stick.
Oh, yes. Even the Dalish, considering what happens with them and the werewolves and that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We need to get some gameplay, goddammit. Oh, Mabari Hound!
Buff-ass dogs.
And they're so smart and cute and funny and... Dude, character interactions. Sten and dog.
Sten and dog.
Wagging
the tail. And then that grin. Yeah. The grin on the damn dog.
You know, but they look so... But if you scold him, he looks so sad.
I know. I don't want to scold him. You trying to tell me something more?
Oh my god, he's so animated!
It does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
Call him dog with an E at the end. I mean, call him what you're gonna call him. Now, for the record, I always called my dog Apples. I'm just saying. I know where this is going. Yes! Meatball! Oh,
and now we actually get into combat.
Rush it, bro, rush it.
Now, as you can see just from the little dialogue box right up there, combat, especially on the console versions of this game, is actually relatively simple. X is your auto attack, and then the other face buttons are used for activating special abilities, which you can equip, from the looks of it, 2 different sets.
Yeah, you can switch on the fly going to the second set with three totally different attacks or skills.
And so even with whatever base class you start with, I mean, not only do you have your base character class, but then you can also move on to the advanced classes later on. And even with each of those, you can use 2 different setups to basically the combinations are damn near endless.
True, especially considering that you have sword and board, dual wielding, magic, long range weapons, skills and items. You know, you can equip all of those. Despite how simple it is, because of the options you get, I hate to use the word again, but I will, it's really robust as fuck. Like, seriously, you can personalize your combat wheel. Boom. Unlike, say, Dragon Age 2, where you just kept da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da. Yeah, they had an option where all you had to do was hold down the button, but it was still stupid as fuck. And, of course, standard attack, which once you focus on a character, your character's going to start hacking on it. The other thing, especially as a rogue, you should really bring up is positioning.
Yeah. Now, it really takes into account that with rogues, if you flank an enemy, then you get the backstab.
Oh, and flanking, you do get flanking options as far as increasing the amount of flank you get for the backstab and crits. I think you can backstab with arrows too. I think. I might be wrong. Either way.
I've seen larger. They come up from the Kakari wilds sometimes. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
Doga. But the other thing that we were talking about was campfire interactions, which, yeah, your characters will interact with each other. You can interact with them. You'll get cutscenes. They will be stuck on repeat eventually, much like with any game, like Metal Gear Solid or some such, Revengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, what you get is a lot of script, and also character reactions will change depending on who you're getting closer to. You were talking about how the nuances of the game shifts depending on how you respond to certain people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can piss off some of your characters by pissing off other characters outside the party. Like if you go against the Chantry or something. You can lose characters.
Yeah.
Now, you can also cheat and just give everybody tons of presents and they'll be happy no matter what you do.
Yeah.
But, eventually, one thing we need to bring up is the characters you do get in your party. Because at the campfire.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Sten the Kuhn, Leliani the Chantry, Agent, Assassin.
You've got your other fellow Grey Warden, Alistair.
Hells yeah. You get another Chantry chick, an older woman. Wynn, yes. And she's pretty much the grandma of the group, even though she has the body of a 20-year-old.
And when you actually play as a mage character, you actually get to interact a lot more with Wynn before she permanently joins the party. So again, it's another viewpoint, another nuance of the world through that character
from that origin.
That just completely turns everything on its head.
Of course, you got the Brocephalus Maximus Shale.
There he is, as
a fucking dwarf turned into a crystal golem,
after helping himself
and whose weapons are just, oh my god, those crystals are so overpowered. Crystals are so fucking overpowered. Who else do you get? Zevram. Zevram! I don't care how straight you are, Zevram's gonna make you kind of wonder what it's like to have those lips on you for a little bit. He has to be the most openly seductive. He's a man slut. He's a
man
fucking man. Oh, he is a flat out. Actually, he is a whore. He is the son of a whore, from Orlays, nonetheless, and he's an elf. I think it was Orlays. Yeah. In the leather quarter.
Now you've gone and scared the sun.
I
expect those filthy things.
So yeah. So literally,
okay. Should I? I'm tempted to go, yes, the rats are dead.
Oh,
it's quite a mess, in fact.
Give it to Nan.
Yeah.
Give credit to the dog. Give credit to the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with.
Bitch.
Oh,
that's exactly what the dog said.
Beefy.
Don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms.
Oh.
What?
Here then. Take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything.
Pork bits for the dog!
Go ahead,
the dog.
Now Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
So, I don't mean to assert
Elves.
the situation.
Oh crap! It looks like we had some problems with the video feed because it looks like it started to glitch as I was running out of there.
It didn't. It looks so. No, it's the usual.
No, it was doing that earlier.
Should we restart?
One take. We'll just.
Fuck it. Let's keep going.
Yeah, it shouldn't have cut off any of the important commentary. Speaking of important commentary. Damn it! Now my brain's cutting off the important commentary.
Well, really quick, if I may.
Oh, that's what I was going to mention. Just the fact that, those little segments right there at the start of the game are a really good primer into just, really getting you into the combat system.
Which, as a tutorial, yes, a primer, yes. But it still doesn't really show off the awesomeness of the combat system. We really need to get to that part.
No, it doesn't show off the awesomeness of the combat system. That actually does come. Seriously, that comes when you. That comes when you join up with the Grey Warden.
Yeah.
With the Grey Wardens. That comes when he, how you mentioned, I have these papers. When Duncan says, "Right of conscription, bitch, he's mine."
May you die in the deep roads, you bastard. Duncan's like, whatever, bitch. We're moving.
It was like Duncan's like, I got a summer home there. Next.
Nah, but really quick, audio and visual easily summed up. The visual isn't like the best out there, and it's really rather stylistic. But it's still good for what it does. It's good for the time that it came out, and it was great for the time that it came out.
Exactly.
And it's so fucking playable. And those who really are like, graphics, I got some words for you. Once again, Baldur's Gate, fucking Doom 1 and 2, Daggerfall and Arena, Fallout 1 through 3, even Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics. Games do not need, oh my god, uber realistic graphics, for these characters still look pretty sexy and rapeable, male and female.
Well, just example, God Hand.
Oh god, yes! God Hand!
But Dragon Age, let's face it, the game does look good.
Even if they do make 60-year-old women look like 20-year-old bodies. I don't care personally. I don't give a... Except Flemeth, I think, actually... No, she was, pretty much 20-year-old body, yeah.
Now, as for the sound, as for the audio...
Glorious.
The slashes, the hits, everything sounds as it should.
I was talking about the music.
The music, yes.
Oh my god, the music is so sweeping and Polaris level good. I'm talking about Conan the Barbarian. I almost say Conan the Hedgehog for some reason. I don't know. But the other thing is also the voice acting. Now, some people would say it's kind of hammy. I think it's dead on and perfect. The Orlesians sound French. The Ferelden sound British. The Grey Wardens don't give a fuck because they're the goddamn Grey Wardens. Arl Howell is Tim Curry.
Yeah.
You remember
Tim.
well.
I'm sorry. Tim Curry. When Tim
Tim
Curry puts his mushroom stamp on anything, it's gold.
It
Stephen
is.
King's It. Come on. I'll just put the video clip in there. Y'all know Pennywise the Clown.
I am the eater of children and the devourer of worlds.
I mean, come on. Legend. Dude.
Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, Hunt for Red October.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Tim Curry is a god.
It's like for those of you that thought we weren't going to mention Rocky Horror when mentioning Tim Curry.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Shame you. I'm not going to break out into song, although... Shame of the mother. Shame of the father. Shame of the world that aired before you. No, shame you.
Didn't
So,
half the salon shamelessly flirting with you.
And that's the other thing. This game has the gamut of faces, both
He's
handsome and ugly. Both beautiful
see you again,
and
Noah.
ugly. Both Alistair and ugly. Alistair is dead. Now, Alistair, you are going to be of two camps about Alistair. Either he's the whiny bitch that you left in camp, or he's your bro. For me, because of the kind of style that I played, where I'm a fucking, two-fisted son of a bitch killing everything with my blades, all like Drizzt Do'Urden, for all that I hate Drizzt Do'Urden,
has a crush on your lad.
And he was the guy that went, wait a minute, look at me! And then they'd mob on him.
Turn the poor thing's scar.
I don't think he ever died with me. Ever. Not once. We were a great team. Same thing with Sten, though. And Sten is more like heavy plate, big sword. You know, he's the two-handed sword type. Then you got Shale, who's just
Shale.
fuck everything.
Shale's
she can heal,
just
she can defend,
Shale.
she's offense. Wasn't there a dwarf character in this one?
Oh! Oh
yeah,
my god.
the drunken berserker!
Audrin.
Oh yeah! He's the one who taught me berserk!
Yeah,
And that was my character.
Voiced by, you know, a VA veteran, Steve Bloom.
There you go. Yeah, I was the dual-wielding berserker types. I loved berserking out and just rah, rah, rah.
I still can't believe we forgot about Ogren, though.
I know!
The
drunk
drunken son of a
dwarf.
bitch.
Oh, he was so salty. But considering that his wife left him to go become a brood mother or study the brood mother, and fell in love with that one chick and left him for her. I mean, did we mention this is a world of it doesn't matter what sex you are, you're going to have sex.
And, you know, this is a world of crap sack.
Oh, it is so crap-sacular. Crap-sacular, right in the nuts.
You, my lord.
So anyway,
I shall rest now.
the items that you can find in the game are your standard RPG robust fare.
Perhaps we'll
And to see the
retire
word
to the
robust, but it's true. Merchants. You can fuck with merchants all you want, but I need to throw something out there.
Good evening,
Now,
my
Ace
lord.
didn't know about...
Enchantments!
That's true! The father and son couple that follow you everywhere. They're a great addition to your party, and yes, one of them is a possibly lyrium retarded young man who all he can sandal. And all he can say, Sandal and Bodic or Bodwin?
Yeah.
Yeah, and all Sandal can say is, enchantment! Spoiler alert. By the end of the game, you are going to find him. You're going to want a store person or somebody who can mess with your runes. By the way, there's something we forgot about. Not only does this have a great spell and ability list, but you can equip runes to your weapons and make them far stronger. Sandal can do that. Lyrium is the magic dust, literally, that dwarves mine from the deep roads. The only problem is, if that shit, if you're ever around raw lyrium, it can get into you and make you messed up. It can literally not retard you, but twist your brain and, yeah, retard you. Like one guy, you come across a merchant in the deep roads, and he's pretty much gone. He's out there. He's been eating the dead darkspawn and living off of lyrium. Or something like that. Or just exposed to raw lyrium. There's another salesman in amongst the dwarf city who's exposed to raw lyrium, and he's kind of not all there, but he'll still get you a great price. Now, one thing Ace didn't even know, there is a glitch in this game that I don't know if they kept or if they've ever patched since then. I don't think they have. EA doesn't normally look back at anything and say, hey, we should do something about that to balance shit out. They just fuck it up worse. But there's a glitch where you can, I think it's you keep selling stuff to the guy and pressing A, and you'll get the gold and the item itself, so you can keep selling it over and over again. Or something like that. Basically, you can keep getting gold from this glitch, and you can eventually buy, like, the most expensive bullshit in the game from level 1. That's what I do! Oh god, I am so filthy rich by the end of this game, it's disgusting.
I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise.
Did I mention that you can change around the voices, and I really like that. Like I said, I always went for Violent Elf. Because Violent Elf is the way I responded, including
I
run,
speak the truth.
and then killing him when they're
Here's
turned
my
or
little
whatever.
brother to see me off.
Yeah, whereas
Now,
when I go with the rogues, I always go for the suave ones. I mean, sure, I'm not Zevram by any means.
Oh my god, what if you could play as Zevram, where everything, you could like sleep with Darkspawn and use your charisma to stack with your dexterity for your attacks or something?
Sweet Jesus.
Jesus, that'd be so awesome. This game has so much. Assassins, Zevram, Leliani, mages, drama,
He is as
all
loyal
in the
as
best
anyone,
of ways.
Despite his refusal to believe.
Now, love, no need to be
We weren't
grim.
able to really get too hardcore into the storyline or into the gameplay, but we'll probably get a chance if we keep going. We'll probably get a chance.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got some time left, at least another 20
Well,
minutes.
let's see though. We've definitely gone into price point, $20. You should easily be able to get the Legacy Pack or whatever the hell. What is that called? Legendary Edition.
Ultimate Edition.
Ultimate Edition for $20.
I'll
That's
freeze
all.
in the southern
That's
rain
all
and be
the
completely jealous
things.
of you up
Yeah,
here, warm
that's
and safe.
the vanilla game. That's the Awakening expansion.
Even
Witch Hunt.
even Golems of Amgarok, which sucked.
The whole shebang.
You know, I like
Even an extra armor set actually.
Yeah,
The
yes,
Blood
it
Dragon
did,
armor.
Yeah. with the Blood Dragon plate.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the other thing. You can go hunting for shit.
I wish you could come.
There's a
It'd
jobs
be
board
tiring
which naturally you can
doing
go
all
into
those
side
dark
quests,
spawn
get more
myself.
gold, experience,
Surely your
and
father would not
items.
take
Eventually, some of these items you can bring to a
Mother and
particular
father have been
blacksmith.
fighting
Like,
about it for days.
for instance, certain items
It's
like
too bad.
Dragon
I could've
Scale and
used you at
Dragon
my
Teeth.
side.
Also, Darkspawn items, I think. And you can bring it to this guy, and he'll make it into new armors, and it's all good.
Then the Isle's men
Seriously,
are
this
delayed.
game is so much fun.
You'd think his men were all walking backwards.
I will admit one thing here about Dragon Age
Well,
2.
I'd better get
I
underway.
liked
So many
how
darkspawn
the
to be
wizards
had.
were
So
jumping
little
around
time.
and waving their staves
Off
around. They
we go
weren't just
then.
holding it
I'll
up
see
and
you soon, my
attacking.
love.
They were really animated. I will admit that much. With that stated, Dragon
I
Age
would
2
hope,
screwed
dear
up
boy,
everywhere
that you
else.
plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Hell, it was a step
Be
back
well, my son.
graphically.
I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, this is not like this is dated or something, but seriously, it's Now, you can look at the original trailer where they fucked up
I keep
Morgana's
telling you,
face.
no darkspawn will ever
But
reach you.
other than that, it's been all good. Oh my god, Morgana.
Watch over
Did I
us,
mention,
husbands and
hot,
fathers, and
strong
bring them safely
woman?
back to us.
You know,
And
I
bring
don't
some
mind me a
ale and
strong
wenches
woman,
while you're
Bayonetta.
at it.
I don't mind me a strong
The
woman,
men.
Tomb Raider before she started becoming Crybaby.
Fergus,
I don't
you would say
mind
this
a
in front of
strong
your
woman at
mother.
all. I respect
What's a wench?
equality of
Yeah.
any
Is that
sort.
what you put
What?
on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Oh, wow.
Christ, maker's breath. I swear it's
So, yeah. That's some
I'll
interesting
miss
shit.
you,
Well,
Mother dear.
So...
You'll take
I
care
love-
That's one of the things that Dragon Age, especially Dragon Age Origins, does right. And I've been harping on this the whole time, and I'm gonna say it again.
Street urchin voices?
It's the characterization.
Ah, yes.
It's getting you invested in your origin, in your character.
Including the choices you make through the character wheels and such.
I mean, you
Got
Seriously?
how thrilling to know I'm so well
Seriously?
taken care of.
awesome
Enough.
family. Awesome family
Up.
before
You'll
shit
want to get an
goes
early night.
south and
You've much to do
I
tomorrow.
think we're actually close to that point.
yeah.
So suffice it to say, yes. So we've definitely covered storyline, and we really should show more gameplay. Oh, hunting shit. No, I think I did make a mention of that.
Yeah, you can literally just like go around the place exploring,
like
finding
Dragon's Crown with the dots and the runes. The
Yeah.
things that yeah.
But with this, it's just where items show up.
Yeah. Oh, and the lore, especially
Oh
when
my-
you get into the Chantry.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
the lore behind this world is Mr. Beefy's kill stats.
That's the other thing. It also showed the loading screen. For all that, nobody really likes loading screens, but sometimes they're good, like Bayonetta's. And here it shows you little things like kill stats for per character, or items used, or little tidbits of the world. Once again, the lore.
Okay, yeah, I think we are about to get heavy into the combat this time because
Uh-oh. I'll leave it to you, man. Because I think we've covered just about everything else. The audio, visual, storyline, DLC, price point. Gameplay, which is usually the biggest thing. And it is here, too. We just haven't really gotten a chance to show it. Oh, one thing I will complain about. What the fuck is with people fucking with their underwear on? I don't understand it.
Huh?
I wanted to see some fucking gigabyte titties flopping around. I wanted Morgana to like well, she probably wouldn't let you motorboat her, but I bet if you got her randy enough, she would.
Don't
Sir-
worry, there's always the Witcher for that.
I need to get my hands on that game. This seriously though, Morgana
Help me!
Morgana
Castle's under
is
attack!
up. Whoopsie doodles!
She's got real folks.
Get your clothes on. Oh, there you go.
It's like, hey, put on your pants. You need an ambulance. There's a girl upstairs talking to plants.
Kick him in the nuts. Oh, that was good. God, I love the dual wielding.
Bleed for this.
Now you can also control your.
Rest peacefully, or not.
Oh, careful! Yeah, never turn your back to an enemy.
Delighted.
Now you can also use the dual wielding thing. Well, actually, no. If you had done it in the middle, you could have hit all three.
All right. Hold it.
No, but you can also address your partners and have them attack in certain ways, which is also a good way of not dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delighted.
Having characters. Now, the other thing about this game, we almost forgot. The battle tactics. You can pre-program your partners to do certain things
Yeah.
under certain, kind of like Final Fantasy 12, 12
Are you
2, 12, no,
hurt?
12. Yeah, so you can. This game has gambits, and it's fucking awesome. because my characters were, I mean, we
Scream
were
woke me
on it.
up.
But certain
There were
things,
men in
certain
the hall,
hunts,
so I
certain
barred the
bounties,
door.
you're gonna
You see their
require
shields.
your other characters to do
Those are
things
Hal's men.
like heal you at
Why would they
20%, heal
attack
each
us?
other at 20%, give lyrium, give item, use this, win that, use this kind of long range weapon against that monster. It's fucking
You don't
awesome.
think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose?
Once again,
I'll cut
in-depth
his lying
bullshit.
throat myself.
Mom's
Have you
a
seen your
badass.
father? He never came to bed.
Hell's yeah, mom's a badass.
We must find him.
So yeah, you know what pisses me off is when people talk
I'm
about
an Orlesian war
women
child.
in
Give
video
me a
games
sword and
not
I'll
being a
use it.
badass.
Now let's go.
Now I will admit.
It's like, I mean, in this little conversation bit,
Oh, you leveled up. Show 'em. Sorry, keep going though.
just in that little conversation bit, I asked, and this was generally out of concern. Mom, can you still handle? It's like, can you still handle a sword? And she's like, who you think I am? Give me a sword and I'ma swing it. Let's get moving. Oh, mummy.
Did Dog level? Oh, mummy. Did Dog level up?
Mr. Beefy is now a level 2 war dog.
Oh my god! And you know what? No, seriously, the Mabari Warhounds, they got quite a powerful fucking
They have a
Yeah.
insanely powerful.
And by the
build.
way, they should have access either now or later on to the warrior stack or warrior points. So yeah. Whoop! Oh, you leveled up all over the place.
So let's see. Let's go ahead and put my strength up at least 2 points, just so that way I can start equipping some better armor when it comes down to it. And put my cunning at 18. Why? Because.
Whoa,
why
shit! You can go all the way to the 4th fucking thing.
Yep. Get that out of the way.
Master combat training.
And let's see. I want more to develop.
So you can really build up your... And yeah, there are min-maxers out there who will know damn well what to do to get the most out of each level. That's not a good thing, that's not a bad thing, it's just a thing. You can honestly play and personalize these characters as you see fit. What in the fuck were we talking about? Before we leveled up and started freaking out. Oh well, whatever the fuck.
Let's see. Taunts.
That is a fun thing to do in this game, though, is poisoning your weapons on top of rune backups. Or, like, electrical swords with fucking poison on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's awesome.
Let's see.
You can map it to the second thing.
Sign. There. Since I don't really have any items on me.
Downstairs and find out what's
Hey,
happening.
Mom, we're having our show. We're doing our show. What are you doing? Get out of here, Mom. Ah, hang. from douchebag chocolate. No, seriously, we're recording here. What are you doing? One take. We can't. We haven't. We're just still recording. What?
I can't find my card.
Well, don't say it out loud. We're recording. You're gonna put it on YouTube.
Boy.
Hey! Rejoin, smiley face, and then he did. Whoa! Oh shit! Gotta love ambush. That's the other thing. Oh yeah.
And the some of the death blow strikes.
Do y'all remember the preview? That's what happens when you get a death strike on a dragon. It is the most awesomest thing ever. I swear to fucking God. It makes you feel like a badass.
We have won this battle, but we
Oh,
cannot
don't forget to
waste
strip
more
the
time.
strip the corpse. Strip the corpse.
Come, let's
That's
Fatty
another thing.
loots.
Yeah, this game is about the fatty loots.
Fatty loots.
Now,
Fatty loots. Can you kill those damn archers?
Now, if I remember correctly, you can only carry so much fatty loots, though. Eventually, you're gonna have to sell some stuff.
complete.
Eventually, you're gonna have to sell some stuff,
Or
but
store
also,
it.
yeah, sell, store, but also increasing your strength stat.
Yeah, you can carry more stuff then. Fatty loots. Loot, 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 loot. So yeah, this game has a lot of people would say that it's reaching, it's overreaching, but the problem is it reaches and it grasps what it's reaching for, very much so. I think. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I have no issues with this game really, except for those two small ones. The fact that 80-year-old women with 20-year-old bodies, which is kind of weird, but I ain't complaining, and motherfucking the shale cutout. Oh, and Golems of Amgarok, because that was really a worthless
throw your life
DLC.
away?
I feel sad for anyone who paid money for that.
That's where
It wasn't that it was bad, it was just...
Yeah, seriously, the DLC practices that EA had engaged in
Day one DLC,
as far as this game goes, it was horrid.
But at the same time, Leilani's song, Witch Hunt,
Witch Hunt,
by the way, which was
Tim's
awesome.
We must use the servant
The
entry
the Warden's
then
Keep,
let us be swift.
and above all, Darkspawn Chronicles, which I don't know who got. Somebody must have been staying up way too long, up way too many nights,
Drinking that rock gut cola.
and decided to say fuck this fucking game, and then made that, and it was good. It was great. I mean, I feel guilty playing it.
I mean, what makes EA's
The castle has fallen!
EA's douchey DLC practices that much worse is the simple fact that the DLC is actually good.
What? Yes. Okay. No. I can agree. I can agree.
I mean,
The fact that it's good.
the
and
fact
it's
that
EA.
the fact that the DLC is actually good. Again, like you were saying, Leliana's song, the Darkspawn Chronicles, Return to Ostagar, the whole damn thing.
Oh, I forgot. You could also persuade and intimidate people. The other thing is,
if you've built up your skills, built up your stats in such a way.
But I would like to also point out that kind of reminds me just of that. It's like the face you get when somebody you dislike says something that you agree with.
Mm-hmm.
That's EA and the DLC practices here. Let's say help your homie there.
Trying to.
That's the other thing. You can help out NPCs and they'll go help you against other enemies. And sometimes, certain scenarios. That stun.
Okay, let's get that archer.
Yeah, I hate fucking archers.
Oh,
he got you!
Son of a...
Kicked you in the nuts. Now there's
Hey,
nothing worse than... Triple flurry. Now there's nothing worse to me than... Oh, you're in a trap. Oh, shit, I don't remember that.
Eat your dinner!
Dude, that's you got some face in your shirt, bro. But on the other hand, there's also nothing better than dynamic entry with that double attack. Yeah, that one, that double spinning sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just suddenly show up. Hey, Bart, did you see my new mask and chase off? But, you know, honestly, I think we're just about ready to go to brass tacks. It's 32 minutes.
Stupid. Get him, Mr. Beefy.
Again, you got stunned. But you know what? There's nothing worse than launching an attack and getting stunned. The monster moves away, and then when you get out of stun, you throw the attack. But there's nobody there. At the same time, there's nothing better than going to the last hit using one of your... Because trust me, I try to do something special when I go for my last strike. And they stun you, and then they hit you, and then you get out of stun, and then you kill them anyway.
Yeah.
There's something great about that. Like, seriously, I don't... It's not that I need to feel overpowered in a game, but I love the feeling of being a badass in real life. I'm going to want to feel like that in a video game, too.
And just on top of that, the fact that the enemies in this game are competent.
I was about to say, they're not uber smart, and they're not stupid.
Yeah,
and there is a difficulty slider, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these guys, even at normal, will be fucking competent. They will give you a challenge, and that's excellent.
And yeah. The house servant that I persuaded is like, hey, what do you think you run into? You ain't no coward. And he's like, all right, let's go.
Except now
the power of persuasion.
Now all I can think about, though, is Skyrim, where you're talking to a merchant, and then the dragon shows up, and the merchant says, oh, one moment, and then tears off his shirt and goes to fight the dragon. Let's do this!
And Mr. Beefy.
Mr. Beefy!
So, yeah, I think at this point, let's just go ahead and cut the footage right here.
I mean, we've hit everything, right? Storyline, gameplay, audio, visual.
I think we've hit everything like a freaking Mack truck.
Dude, let's close out this business.
You got it.
Oh.
So, what else really is there to say about this game?
Storyline is awesome. The fucking audio visual is pretty cool. Definitely the audio. I mean, once again, the sweeping music that they got. We didn't really touch too much upon the DLC, and we forgot to mention the King Kylan one, which was one of the EA practices that was, to me... okay, we were talking about how Shale, they obviously cut it out of vanilla and then repackaged it later as a $5 DLC.
Yep.
But the Return to Ostagar, the Battle of Ostagar, that's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers, King Kylan dies there. and he gets crucified. You see the body, including the nude mod with the turgid penis. Like I got a picture of like the King Kylan all with the turgid penis, and then the bottom one is of the character all like, it's the best look ever. It's like, but you know, I can understand that with that one was that one feels to me like an afterthought. That they honestly thought that the players didn't want to go back to Ostagar, but then when they started noticing that people were like, I'm going back to Ostagar and complaining about it, they went, well, let's give it to them. I think that's a good idea. You were mentioning earlier in the break, or in between here, you were mentioning something about you hated EA's DLC methods because you like these ones.
Because I again, it makes EA seem even more douchey for what they did with Dragon Age, because the additional content is actually good.
For the most part. Of course, this is not the Golems of Amgarok. I don't know. I could have sworn Helper did that one. I actually heard that Hamburger Helper did do a couple of the DLC. I think Leilani's song, strangely enough. And I may dislike a Hamburger... I hate Hamburger Helper. Jennifer Hepler. For how she fucked up Dragon Age 2. But if she did do work on the DLC, she apparently did good enough then. Maybe it's kind of like Star Wars, where when George Lucas lost that one guy, and George Lucas himself wrote 1 through 3. Yeah. So there's that. But anyway, audio visual is good. The DLC, need we say any more on that one? A surprisingly good plethora of DLC from EA of all people.
But again, I would suggest definitely, if you're gonna go out and buy this game, get the Ultimate Edition if you can find it.
Yes, you should be able to get it for $20.
Yeah. That's $20. Whereas when this game originally released, it was the full $60 some odd.
And I would still say it's still worth it. At $60, it was worth it. At $5 each, the DLC was worth it, except for the ones we said earlier, excluding those. But it's good. The items, the subquests. I mean, hell, the Mabari Warhound. Oh, well, in each also. It's in order to make your characters like you, we mentioned earlier, you can give them presents. There's also subquests. You can find items that are related to them alone. Flemeth's Grimoire, giving it to Morgan.
Yeah.
Morgan. That's right. I keep calling her Morgana. Finding Sten's sword. That's just how you get him. But then there was like something else you find of his, and you give it to him, and he's just like, I will be your brother forever, and he is.
Yep.
The Warhound will constantly find things, fetching, and use some of those items for other things later on. And I forgot. I don't think the Mabari Warhound is maxed out, so you don't even need a.
And then there's actually the quest where you can actually get the Warhound after joining the Grey Wardens.
Yeah.
Where you basically have to cure them of the Darkspawn poison,
which he'll join up later on after the fall of Ostagar. With Alistair finding the rosary from the Chantry, and then taking him to his sister. I mean, these things endear you to the character. Subquests, if done right, can endear you to the game. And this game worked for me. Item management, handling fatty loot, selling all that shit, persuading motherfuckers and making motherfuckers... Oh, God, my guy was vicious. Malice Atreides was violent as a motherfucker, and I intimidated everything. In real life, that's normal. In the game, on the other hand, that's something different. When it'll let me do that. I'm on that shit. So, storyline-wise, let's not even talk about it. Gameplay-wise, fun as a motherfucker. My favorite things to do is to stack and then fucking, pray that this thing keeps going, but in the meantime, I'm going to do these, And there is strategy to it. There's strategy in how you customize your combat things, sets. There's strategy in just using shit off the fly, which you can using the item wheel there.
Yeah, setting up the macros, setting up the combat tactics.
Personalizing your weapons, personalizing your friends, personalizing you. This game is awesome. But no matter how awesome or bad, we always got to go to the brass tacks. 10. Ace? Okay. Y'all know we do talk about the game and what we think we're going to give it beforehand. And in this one, I was saying 9. We got to the shell part and I realized it's not that bad. The fact that EA did that is douchey. Yeah, that's a whole canoe full of douche. But it's not that bad. It doesn't change the fact that I played this game 3 times. Once vanilla, twice the DLC. Why twice? Because, technically, I guess 2.5. because I wanted to start with the I wanted to see the Dwarf Royal opener, and then I decided I liked the City Elf opener better, so I went and replayed the City Elf opener. Literally, just because I went, I like it better, so I went and played it again.
And this is definitely one of those games that just revisiting it, not just for the purpose of the review, but just revisiting it as something to play.
Replaying, the replay value is so fucking high.
It's enjoyable. It really, really is an enjoyable game. So,
you know you want to. Come on, man. Just say it. Do it. Give it, baby.
All right. I usually don't. I usually reserve holding off on giving games 10s unless I feel it really deserves it. This one does.
You can give it a 9 if you want, though. I know I'm peer pressure. Smoke, stroke.
God.
But, really? You want to give it a 10 or you want to give it a 9? It's your decision. I'm just being an asshole.
Yes, you are. But, honestly, I'll just go ahead and give this a 9.
There we go. See, I don't mind if you did give it a 10 or not. I'm sticking with 10, though. But, honestly, this game, it deserves 9s, 10s, accolades. It deserves it,
It deserves the hype that it deserves the hype that it got.
Now, I still think I might down it to a 9 after we do cover Dragon Age 2 sometime. Just because Dragon Age 2 is that bad, it's so bad it reaches back into the past when Dragon Age was good and it makes it bad. So we'll see when we get there. Brass tacks, it's a 1. And some motherfuckers are all like, "You're going into it biased." Yes, I'm going into it biased. Have you even listened to us for the past 3 seasons? Have you even heard the shit I spout? Motherfucker, don't even be tripping that I'm biased. I came here biased. Jesus God. I came here honestly expecting to give it a 9. Was convinced by the game itself to give it a 10. And oh my God, he got to a certain part of the human royal and just where you finally get the family sword. But you don't get the family sword, you raid the whole family fucking armory to sell later on.
And believe it or not, that was actually the first time I had come to that.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that was completely new to me. I'm like, wait a minute, the family treasury? And I thought she was gonna say I thought Mummy was going to say we should head to the front gate and, help things out there. But she's like, no, the family sword's in there. No one's laying hands on it. Here's the key. You take it.
What was
Kill
it?
some of
Arl Howe will never get his hands on the whatever the fuck that's called sword. Instead, you are going to use it to take his head.
Yeah.
What was it you said? Oh, Mummy.
It was like,
Something.
oh, Mummy, you are so good to me.
So there you have it. A 10, a 9. It balances, and the game is good. I'm willing to say 9.5 for once. But it's a good fucking game. Do we suggest you buy it now? Yes, we do. Would we have suggested you buy it the fucking a year ago or 2 years, 3 years? When it came out? Yes, we would have. This game is that good. It's that fun. If you're into RPGs, if you're into fatty loots, if you're into item management, if you're into badass death sequence. Did you see it just cut off a motherfucker's head? That shit was awesome. Just crack, and the guy's like just dead. It was like
if you're into games with lore coming out the ears,
wazoo,
then yeah, you'll have a blast with Dragon Age.
Origins. No, Dragon Age Origins,
yeah,
not Dragon Age 2. But after doing the review, I'm actually kind of hopeful about Dragon Age 3. I heard that Hepler isn't on there, although her husband is, but her husband was in on this one too. So, I mean...
Yeah, it seems like Inquisition is actually going to be more of a return to what made Origins so good.
Like everything that it's good about. Yeah.
I mean,
good.
Come on. Morrigan's back.
There is that. I still think the baddest ass thing they could have done was open up the entire world. Make it so that your Grey Warden character comes back and is still hunting Morrigan 100 years into the future or whatever, and hunting for the God Baby now or whatever. That would have been so badass. That would have been the coolest fucking... And except now the Chantry is getting mad and getting pissed off and into it, and they're trying to come after you because they think you're a magic user, even if you aren't. And that would be so cool. I mean, just... Suikoden. is the first game I ever played that did shit like that, where you can recruit characters that you beat the games previously with, that you could these characters that you've invested so much time with, you can bring them back. And it's like, this game does that too. It does it with the DLC, technically. Now, the best thing to do is play, I think it was Leilani's Song and Darkspawn Chronicles before you play the vanilla game, because then you'll have access to that stuff that you get as a reward from playing those.
Yeah.
And then when you go on, you got Firekeeper, or the Warden's Keep, Witch Hunt, and nobody cares about Golems of Amonkhet.
And then, of course, if you actually play Leilani's Song first, technically, you're actually be playing it in chronological order, because that happens before the events of Dragon Age Origins.
Indeed, indeed. And Darkspawn Chronicles is just, somebody stayed up too late, fuck this fucking game! And, yeah. And now you have the Hurlock Rock! Whoa, whoa, whoa! It was awesome.
Yeah.
So we have our usual shoutouts page, but if I may throw it out there real quick. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to be doing, kicking it with James, GQ Asian Dude, on GQ Asian Dude Talks, talking about my first con adventure. It was interesting.
It was an adventure.
It was an adventure. As Ace pointed out, I did take over a panel, but it was because I was asked to, because, it was a pick a path to adventure with, but in an anime world. So I brought in Neo Tokyo RP. Some of you may have heard of us talk about it or noticed me talk.
Jesus.
TK, Onizuka, baby. Suffice it to say, the people that were there seemed to like it, and except for one heavily autismal guy, name withheld, it's cool. Everybody was just cool about it. The guy that was running the panel, Dan, was a super con goer, a pro con goer, and he dug it. So I incorporated some elements he requested. So it was all good. It was a great time. All of AkiCon was a great time. Period. So, yeah, that's the long and short of it, really. Otherwise, I sold some books. I got some accolades from real writers. I got some accolades from amateur writers. It was a fun time to just... I perfected my spiel.
I'm still jealous of this dude for freaking rolling up on freaking Johnny Jan Bosch and going, here, card. And he's like, yeah.
I don't want to publicize which voice actors I rolled up on because I don't want to be name dropping and shit. But JYB was one.
Yeah.
He at least didn't throw it away. So there's always that. And I'm not going to be all like bothering him on YouTube. Johnny, do you remember me? Johnny, my name's Johnny too, kind of. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But I'm more than happy to just I've given the voice actors my business cards. If they read it, cool. If they don't, cool. Hell, one of them, I gave him a pair of books because he plugged my books right in the middle of the panel.
Yeah,
I jumped in on it. That's why he did. But he was a really cool dude.
Yeah. Just being able to get that sort of interaction in there is just...
Yeah. Now, what you should be jelly of me for doing is selling books to a particularly beautiful young lady at a Wendy's. Robin, if you actually seeing this from the card and from... Sup, girl? You can talk. Catch me on YouTube. I got a girl. I hope you don't mind, but we can set something up. We can set something up. I'm just saying. Speaking of which, baby girl, if you're watching this video, she know who you are. She knows who she is. I'm gonna marry her someday. But anyway, she's probably already going, like, she's blushing somewhere going, I'm not, we'll have to talk about it later! So suffice it to say, I had a very interesting weekend. Got lost in Bothell. Fucking, I didn't even know the I-5 had so many fucking interchanges. I just suck driving at nights. But I did stop off at a random Wendy's, sold a couple of books, gave out some cards. It was great. Random sales sometimes. I mean, it was just amazing. It was an amazing time at AkiCon. Plus, I got to be loud and have a good time. You know, whenever I can do either of those, I'm down as a motherfucker for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, sorry for suddenly this turned into Thomas Deuteracon, but yeah. Oh, God. Can you imagine Deuteracon? People dressed as tentacles everywhere. There's so many Hamsteaks freaking cosplays at the AkiCon. I wasn't expecting that. Homestuck characters, the cosplayers. There's like tons of them. They kept playing Spin the Bottle and giving each other hugs. I'm like, whatever happened to the daisy chains of lesbians that I heard about from conventions back in the day? That's what I was looking for. But AkiCon, as my first convention experience, as my first vending experience, was very good to me. And I'm very, very pleased and very happy with them. And I am going to go back. I'll definitely be in AkiCon 2014. Y'all keep an eye out for the Mean Face group, Joel Faction. Don't ask. Y'all know, especially if y'all are watching this right now, sup, dog? Really?
Oh, hopefully next year I'll be a little too.
That'd be so cool. We can man the table together. Because actually, Joel Faction helped me out. I had to go use the restroom, and they showed up. Yeah. And I'm like, I hope y'all don't mind me a quick con story. So I'm like, I gotta use the restroom. Can I watch it? And they're like, sure. I come back, and the Wesker was up. He had a small crowd. He was talking to them, but it looked like he didn't quite get it, and I didn't quite know what was going on. So I just jumped in. I'm like, "Hey, is that the Generalist written by that great author, Thomas Duder, author of the thing?" So everyone starts laughing. It's obviously me. I walk over and I give him the spiel. You know, can I do it here?
Actually, it's almost 9:30.
Never mind. Okay, so if I say I give the spiel and then I hear, oh, that's how it goes. Apparently he was trying to say the same spiel, but he didn't quite have it. But I've been doing it for like 3 days, so yeah. And it is. Screw 9:30. It's 3 minutes. So wrap it up.
Yeah. So yeah, 9, 10,
15, 20.
Dragon Age Origins. Get out there, get the game, play it, enjoy it.
Hours of entertainment await you. Seriously, you're gonna love what you're in.
You're gonna be sacrificing me against this plus game.
Well, a weekend. I would have ripped through it in about a weekend, maybe 20 hours altogether.
Well, come on. I mean, just picking up going through the different origins.
Now you have a point there. If you just want to beat the game, yeah, 20 hours. You want to beat the origins,
Then
plus DLC.
Then you've got some footwork. But
Yes.
it's worthwhile footwork.
Well, that's that. Another one for the history books. And a good one for the history books at that. Holy shit, this is a fun one. Like, seriously, it's Dragon Age Origins. I mean, show them the fucking box art. You know, we were talking about the lore and the design and this world, but this crapsack world, but look at some of the artwork they got for it. I mean, some of this was fucking excellent. You know, I'm surprised they don't have an art book for this. I really am surprised they don't have an art book for this. If they do, we gotta get our hands on it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Not like Dragon's Crown, though. I'm fairly sure nothing's like Dragon's Crown.
Oh, that's a whole nother piece entirely.
So, right. From all of us to all of you. Yeah.
Until next time, folks. This is Blazing Ace Nelson.
I'm the asshole of rock and roller Richard Nixon. I mean, that bastard from Bellingham.
And we are the Hooligans. And you're not. See you next time.